And welcome back, everyone, to the Dragon Ball Z What If. Today we have from Nick Miracle, the only one I could find who gave me a suggestion. What if King Vegeta had survived and hid on Earth? So King Vegeta, father of Prince Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, we don't meet a lot of him in the series, obviously, due to the fact that we see him get Shoryukened by Frieza, and he's just dead. He's done. So, what if he did survive? Like, what if Frieza clocked him, but through some luck of the gods, it was more like a concussion, whatever. They dump his body out on the planet, and they go off to destroy the planet, deal with Bardock. Well, what if King Vegeta actually managed to survive that, and then realized that what the destruction of his planet was going to bring? So he would end up waking up, just like, damn it, he would know very quickly that he does not have time to go to a healing pod or anything like that. He's got to get out of here. And he notices one pod, as he's getting there, he notices one pod flying off. Like, no other pods are flying off, or like flying out, but one pod flying away. And he notices, and he just gets into a ship as best he can, just lock onto that pod's trajectory and follow suit. Go. And he follows the pod. So basically, he's following Goku's pod to Earth. As such, the planet blows up. Oh my, what a wonderful show! And King Vegeta follows Goku to Network. Now, he does not land in the same place as to Earth. He does not land in the same place as Goku. He just lands, and has to, unfortunately for him, has to recover the hard way. As in, I don't have to spend a couple hours recovering. I got to spend a couple days to weeks recovering. Joy. And so he's kind of just living off the land. Now, granted, even in a battered, near-death state, a Saiyan could probably fend for themselves when it came to food, because any animal that came towards him, he could just lift his hand up and go, poof, dead, food. Like, that's all that's what he can do. That, or it's kind of I hate to use this reference, Dragon Ball Evolution idea, where someone came, found them, and took care of them. Actually, we could just go more with the Piccolo Jr., Ma Jr., I believe is the term, the moniker he went by back in the day. Idea where he was raised by someone else. Someone finds King Vegeta and kind of nurses him back to health. Yeah. Back to health. Why did I repeat myself like that? And so now we get into the actual meat of the story. Now, King Vegeta, because I was talking about Piccolo just a moment ago. That's why I went that way. King Vegeta, while still very brash and bullheaded, is also not an idiot. He is someone who can think things through. He is someone who actually can show respect, is actually very clever, and can strategize when he has to. Vegeta isn't an idiot by any stretch of the means, but Vegeta was a lot more arrogant and pig-headed than his father was, at least to start with. And Nappa, admittedly, is just a meathead. Broly kind kid, but he's not an idiot or anything. He's just not like a brilliant mind. Paragus was honestly probably the most normal person we had met up until that point when he really Yeah, he was angry about what King Vegeta did and he wanted revenge, but when you really break it down, he was pretty level-headed, honestly. So we get to that. We would get to King Vegeta recovering. But there's things that have to be brought up. And most importantly, how strong is King Vegeta right now? Now, I went to look for King Vegeta's power level. There is no official power level for King Vegeta. But I saw someone go, he's between 50,000 and 100,000. Clearly, I'm like, what the hell are you smoking? Because what we do know about King Vegeta is that Vegeta, even as a kid, had already surpassed his dad. And Vegeta's power level was not, when we meet him fighting Goku, is only 18,000 at max. I believe the widely considered number is 10,000. Like, Vegeta's already at like 11, and King Vegeta's at around 10. I believe that's some people say that you need 10,000 in turn for a power level in order to destroy a planet. I call bull on that because Roshi in Dragon Ball could blow up the moon, which is not a planet, but it's a planetoid, which is just a different name for a planet-like structure. Honestly, it's very likely Nappa could blow up a planet. We just never see him do it, but it's very likely he could. We know Vegeta did it, no problem. So I don't know where the idea. I don't know where it was said where you need 10,000 for a power level to blow up a planet. I don't think that's the case. And even if that's the case, that doesn't work because we see in a flashback King Vegeta blows up 3 different planets with his own power. Like it's nothing. So yeah, I don't buy that. But anyway, 10,000 I think is a solid number. But we also know that Zenkais are a thing. So how powerful would King Vegeta be? Because honestly, this would be the kind of Zenkai where I think the average is like a quarter to a third, but bigger Zenkais can be achieved later on. I would go on the highest side. I wouldn't maybe go like a times 2, but I might go like a 50%. So his power level would be all the way up to 15,000, which would still be, he'd still get clapped by even Dodoria, or even Kui, which is, think about that. Kui would even clap him. But by all accounts, he is bar none the strongest being on the planet. However, he's also not stupid. He knows that he's got to keep his power suppressed. Because if they could, this is why Bardock and Gine didn't go with Goku, because they knew their power levels would be too high and that they would be found out. And so they chose not to go with him. Now, King Vegeta may know how to suppress his power. We don't know enough about King Vegeta to know if he can or not, but King Vegeta might be able to suppress his power, at least to a low enough point where he's not going to draw any real attention. Maybe like a couple thousand. But he's got to like basically just stay in hiding. He's also not going to try to conquer the planet because that's just going to raise too many questions. Like, he knows his son is out there. He knows his son is alive, at least. Or at least he prays to God he is. But he knows he's also not strong enough by any measure to take on Frieza and his forces. At most, he could go Zoro, wipe out Frieza's main forces, and then get completely, clipped by Frieza. So he's got to play it cool for right now. Try to get stronger where he can, but try to see if there's any warriors on this planet who he can look to maybe aid him in his fight against Frieza. King Vegeta, I think, is someone who would not be against cooperative teamwork from other races if it meant the common enemy was defeated. So we would spend a lot of time with King Vegeta just wandering, surviving, and he could survive on his own with no problem. And just trying to figure out this world. He sees this world's actually got very impressive technology. They haven't figured out space flight yet, but that's something he could easily help out with if he could find the right fighters to do so. Years would go by, more or less. By the by, we don't know how old King Vegeta actually is. We can probably assume, though, that he and Paragus are contemporaries, so they're probably roughly in the same age range. And we know by Super, Paragus had gone into the old man phase, which he's still far stronger than a normal fighter around, but he started to lose his power. His muscle mass started to decrease. He was going gray. He was just, once Saiyans hit around 80, that's when they start to rapidly age. Saiyans can hold on, as Vegeta put it, we retain our youth longer, so we can fight longer. Like, they have a longer lifespan than normal humans, but they are able to stay in their prime longer as well. But so Paragus, do I have an actual age on Paragus and Broly? 1 second. Because if he's a contemporary of Paragus, then Paragus Dragon Ball Super. Because if he's a contemporary of Paragus, which is what I'm assuming he is, because all the Saiyans seem to, like Vegeta, Goku, and Broly and Goku anyway, seem to be roughly in the same age range. That would mean that probably King Vegeta, now I think about it, because Vegeta was older, might actually be even older than Paragus. This is important because, let's see here, death dates. We even have an age here. They don't give me okay, let me see if I can just find an age on Paragus, or King Vegeta's age. Because if King Vegeta's in his 50s, that means he goes through the first part of Dragon Ball, and he's now reaching his limit to how long he can stay fit. Let's see here. Age. Paragus. Age. There we go. Let's see. Paragus is... His exact age is unknown. It's likely he's older than 80 years old. Okay. So that would mean that, and if King Vegeta is older than him, if we go by how long Dragon Ball has basically been going on, that is a long time because Goku at just his regular age was like 25. So there's like 25 years, if I'm not mistaken, in just the Dragon Ball lore for starting when Goku lands on the Earth. Which would mean that by the time we get to the end of Dragon Ball, King Vegeta would not have hit that point where he starts to rapidly age yet, but he's gonna be close. So let's just focus right now. And by the way, I know where I'm going with the story. I'm just have to consider the facts. So let's focus on the Dragon Ball part of it right now, which King Vegeta has been scouring the planet for years and has not really been able to find too many strong fighters. Like, and even the fighters he's found really aren't that impressive. Like, he probably even has a scouter on him at this time. Like, maybe there was one in the pod. So he's able to gauge their power levels, and they're just not strong enough. But then at some point, he ends up hearing through his scuttlebutt about the World Martial Arts Tournament. Martial arts. Perhaps these fighters may be able to help. And he goes and he looks, and he's in the crowd. He's watching because he has no interest in fighting in it because he knows he's probably going to completely wipe the floor with them. But he's more interested in scouting potential. And he's noticing some of the fighters. This Jackie Chun guy seems to actually be very capable. He has a sunlight brings out a scouter. 138 is his power level, or 39, one of the two, power level. But he can tell there's something hidden in there, like he's clearly holding back. And then he gets shot. It's like, wait, it can't be. And now, go, son, Goku! Hey! Goku goes up. It's like, a Saiyan here? How did that boy get here? Let's see. And he reads his power level, and he's 100, which would have been. Well, see, yeah, actually, Goku's power level 100. How strong would that have been by Saiyan baby standards? That's a good question. Because Goku's power was not impressive as a child when he was born, but his latent potential was very impressive. Broly, on the other hand, was, a freak. So, and we don't know what Vegeta or anyone else's was. Still 100, he's like, it's not much, but it's something I can work with. If I can just I could train the boy. Yes, that could be the way. And so he's watching all of the tournament matches. Finally, watching the finals with him, Roshi / Jackie Chun, and they're going at it. He's following everything because he's far more powerful. But he's like, they are impressive, and for such a weak race, there is some impressive individuals here. And then finally, he looks up. He sees the moon. He looks up. He sees the moon is out. What will happen? And Goku suddenly sees Goku transforms. Like, damn it all! Boy's going crazy. And King Vegeta is staying on the side. Like, I could intervene, but what will the old man do? I have to watch. And Roshi's like, Kame! And he sees his power. His scouter starts to go haywire. Like, what? What is this power? Now, we don't know Roshi's actual power level in that form, but we do know that it's probably actually, at least temporarily, in the thousands. If he really goes all out briefly, he can go into the thousands, at least at that point in time. Later on, when we get to Dragon Ball Super, it's clear his power is actually in the millions at that point by a long margin because he's never stopped training. And good on Roshi. Who doesn't love Roshi? He's like, Hame, and blows up, and he just boom. And King Vegeta is looking around, like, what did he do? And he destroyed the moon. And while that's not a feat that would scare King Vegeta, he's like, how could he? He's first like, he's now crippled to any Saiyan, a potential Saiyan could have transform on this planet. The bastard. Still, to be able to destroy a moon in one blast. How, for a human to be that strong? Impressive indeed. And so then Goku transforms back. They go back to fight. It's like, even King Vegeta now is like, how are they able to keep fighting after all that, after exhausting all their power like this? What is with this endurance of theirs? And finally, they dig in for the final shot. Boom! I'm the champion! It's like, impressive indeed. Impressive indeed. And so they go, and King Vegeta is now kind of waiting outside. King Vegeta probably has picked up some money in Earth Customs at this point, so he's going into the same restaurant, basically eating some food. He's also probably ditched the shoulder pads, something like that. He's wearing something a little bit more akin to Earth garb. But he's eating his own food, and He's just waiting for them to basically separate. He wants to talk to Goku first. Uh, and eventually Goku leaves it, time to go off on my own journey. He's like, woo! And Goku's going to find the 4-star ball. However, along the way, he can't sense power levels. Goku's got great instincts. So he does sense something. He's like, boy, I'd like to talk to you for a moment. Whoa, who are you? And wait, how are you flying? Don't worry about that. That's something I could show you another time. But I'd like to talk to you for a minute. Goku, was it? Yes, tell me, why did you not attack this planet? Your mission was to claim this planet in the name of Lord Frieza, but why did you not do so? And Goku's like, what are you talking about? I'm sorry, do you not remember you don't know who I am? Of course not, you must have only been an infant. I am your king, King Vegeta, ruler of the Saiyan race. Saiyan what now? King Vegetable what? What? Did you hit your head, boy? Oh, yeah, actually, I hit my head when I was a kid. When I was a little kid, my grandpa Gohan adopted me, though. He's like, he actually did hit his head? My God. So he doesn't remember anything. Very well, then. Goku. And would you like to, let's have this conversation on the ground, shall we? Okay, wow. It's like, yeah, and he explains, and he explains, you're an alien. We are not of this planet. Well, we look mostly human. You'll notice our tails. They grant us a level of power these humans will never know. Our race was a proud group of warriors. We conquered everything around us. But eventually we came into the employment of an evil tyrant called King Cold and his even cooler son, Lord Frieza. And he explains, with a breath, everything was wiped out. Your family, my family, your family, everyone, our entire people are gone, Goku. And now only I and possibly my son are left. Although it's like, whoa, I don't understand. It's like, what are you? Why? It's like, because he feared us, Goku. He feared what we could become. He feared we might one day overthrow him. It's like, so, and Goku's just like, okay, well, I just wanted to go find my grandpa's Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball? You don't hear me? What is a Dragon Ball? Do you not understand, Goku? We may possibly be the last Saiyans of the universe, and we must avenge our Saiyan brethren. I could help you. I could train you, Goku. And through that training, you could grow even far beyond anything you have been before. And then one day together we can take revenge against the tyrant who murdered everything. And Goku kind of considers this. Remember, this is still Kid Goku, so he's considering it, trying to process it. And he does, at least he's processing the basics of what he says. So they're all gone? My mom, dad's like, everyone, Goku. I am sorry for that. While I'm not familiar with, I don't know who your parents exactly were, I know Goku isn't a Saiyan name. Your Saiyan name you have a Saiyan name somewhere out there. If I could learn it, if I knew it, I would address you as such. Well, I mean, I'm gone by Goku my whole life. It's like, but these guys, this Frieza guy, this guy sounds really bad. All right, I'm in. It's like, excellent. But I first got to go find my grandpa's Dragon Ball. It's like, you want to help me with that? I suppose I can do that. I don't have anything really going on. So, and he says, what are Dragon Balls, Goku? Should note, it's likely that King Vegeta does know what a Dragon Ball is. So I'll have to take that line back, because we know Vegeta knew what the Dragon Ball was. At least in concept, he knew what Wish Orbs were. Because he remembered that the Namekians were the ones who created Dragon Balls in the Saiyan Saga. So we know that he knew that. So it's very likely that King Vegeta knew about that. So it's like, wait, Dragon Balls? You have Dragon Balls on this planet? Oh yeah, they're great. They can only grant one wish, but I don't really care about granting wishes. I just care about my grandpa. It just belonged to the guy who adopted me, my grandpa. So it's really special to me. And King Vegeta hears this, and he's like, Goku, don't you understand? By the way, my King Vegeta voice, I haven't really heard King Vegeta very much, so this is my King Vegeta voice. We could maybe, even if we could not gain the power to defeat Frieza, we could unlock our potential. We could we could increase our power enough that we could at least try. Try and get stronger. And Goku was like, they only just reactivated recently. That's right. That's right. How long does it take for your Dragon Balls to reactivate? About a year. About a year, I think that's what they said. Well, what about this? We'll collect your grandfather's Dragon Ball, and then we'll go and after a while and I'll start to train you. But after a while, we'll use a wish. We'll use a wish a little down the line, to help gain us strength, and then we can go collect your Godfather's Dragon Ball again. And Goku's like, yeah, okay, that's fair, because again, King Vegeta was ruthless, but he's not an idiot, and he could be a diplomat. As far as we can tell, he could negotiate, and he was clever, and he had a level of respect. Like, he did not even try to. He did not F with Beerus at all. Like, he was scared of Beerus, Frieza, and King Gold. Like, he's not an idiot. And he was a father, even though Saiyans are, a ruthless bunch, generally speaking. He was a father, so he probably wasn't as. Let me put it this way: he still ordered Broly off world and just thrown into the void, so he wasn't a good person. But he's probably had time to mellow out, and also nearly being killed doesn't hurt either. And so they go, and then Goku finds the 4-star Dragon Ball along with King Vegeta, but they also find. I believe that was Colonel Silver, the red-haired member of the Red Army, and say, "Oh, I see. So who are you?" And King Vegeta's got a scout on it. Yes. Oh, could you just go away now, please? Me and my young friend here are just going to collect this Dragon Ball and be on our way. So, I say, oh, is that right? Well, I don't think I can let you do that. And Goku just quickly kicks his ass like he does anyway. It's like, bye-bye now. Oh, here's a little present for you. And just dumps a small energy ki blast. Again, he's keeping his power low, but he can still flex once in a while. So just, It's like, what happened? Oh, I just left them a little present, Goku. Something to remind him that you do not mess with the Saiyan race. And so, the Red Ribbon Army arc would pretty much get clean swept by King Vegeta mostly. Like, Goku is going to try to help his friends after he finds out about the Red Ribbon Army. King Vegeta says, you can have your adventures, Goku. Go ahead. I'll wait here. This world, I don't concern myself much with the ways of this world. Not because I don't care. And say, well, come on, this is my home. Say, I understand that. And honestly, it's been quite a peaceful planet, to be fair. But I can't use too much of my power, lest I attract Lord Frieza or his forces to this planet. And despite all my strength, I'm no match for them. And say, all right, fine, okay. And Goku goes on his adventures, honestly, and the Red Ribbon Army arc would honestly go about the same. You'd also go train Corn, although Corn would note that, yeah, Goku, just before you go, be wary of that new friend of yours. It's like, what? Oh, you mean King Vegeta? Yeah, him. I know he's not from around here, and I can tell his power is something great, but that doesn't mean I fully trust him. Just remember, always be willing to ask questions, Goku. All right, now get out of here, kid. And Goku goes, beats Mercenary Tab, beats the Ribbon Army. Great. And so Goku would spend a little bit of time training with King Vegeta because there's another martial arts tournament coming up. Not a lot, but King Vegeta would definitely instill a bit more sense of combat. King Vegeta notes, though, that form-wise, Goku's actually a bit better than he is, because Goku's actually trained under a legit martial artist. Whereas the Saiyans are soldiers. They're not necessarily martial artists. They know they have fighting stances. I heard it compared best in a mini article why Vegeta can't normally beat Goku. He beat him in one spar, but that was it. Is that Vegeta's a soldier, whereas Goku's a duelist. Goku trained for one-on-one fights all his life, like martial arts style fights. Vegeta is a trained soldier designed to just, go and blitz, kill, all that. So while they're both skilled fighters, one has more technique involved. And that would be Goku here. And King Vegeta really notices, the boy's, his speed and power are not much that I can't handle. But he's noted that his technique is quite impressive indeed. And so Goku would show up to the next martial arts tournament He was around 180. I would put him, because he's had extra training, I'd put him around, say, the 260 mark, like where he is by Dragon Ball, like in that the next afterwards. So he actually pretty much would, I wouldn't say he'd run the tournament, like just run through. King Vegeta's again watching from the sideline, seeing the work and the progression he's done. But I do see Goku having far an easier time. But then when Tien and him fight, Tien is on the losing side of that fight majority of the time. For the sake of humor, I think Goku, by all accounts, should be able to win, except for the fact that I think the reason Goku could win that next fight a lot easier is also because he had that giant growth spurt. Goku's size would actually still be a problem here for Goku to, be fighting someone much bigger than him, because he has much far greater reach and he has just a stronger physical body. Goku, though, has more ki, so I think it still evens out. Tien is on the losing side a lot of time, but then, Chaozu starts cheating, landing solid hits. Goku gets messed up a little bit. They call him out. Eventually, Goku and him clash in the air, and Goku, ultimately, I still think gets hit by the car. Like, by all accounts, Tien should have lost that fight, actually, but then Goku got hit by a truck. So, yeah. Then they're celebrating. I want you to meet somebody. No, it's okay. Come on. Are you sure? Greetings to all of you. My name is King Vegeta. I am like my fellow Goku here. Say's like, what? Oh yes, Goku. This might not be the best idea. No, it's fine. You just gotta you just gotta explain it. I'll do the best I can. Like, this is now awkward for him because he really hasn't. He's socialized what he needs to survive in society, but he's like, this is like, meet my friends. Like, very well then. Okay, I am. And they're all hearing this, and they're all like, huh? So wait, so you're an alien? Yeah, apparently. Oh wait, yeah, we gotta tell Krillin this. Like, must I? Must I really? And so Goku would go find Krillin's body and just yell out in the sky. And even though King Vegeta can't sense energy per se, he can still feel like emotional turmoil, all that stuff. So he hears Goku's shout and he's like, what happened? And that is where we'll end part 1. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. It's been a while since I actually really did saw a long-term Dragon Ball What If. I think I did one last time, I think. Yeah, I think it was. I'm trying to remember what that last What If I did actually was. What was the last What If I did? For Saturday, at any rate. So, because I know I've been doing the One for All Naruto video. What was the most recent What If series I ended on Saturday? I actually don't think it was. I don't think it was a Dragon Ball related What If. So what if was it? Let's find out, shall we? Now I'm just vaping at the moment, or vapping. What is it called? It was. It was the Ichigo Part Saiyan What If. I just got done with that. How did I forget that? Anyway, that's the end of this What If. How long do I think this series will go for? That's not a question I think I should maybe always raise. Just kind of give you an idea. The Dragon Ball series are never overly long. Like, they could go for like multiple parts easy, but usually not going beyond like 6 or 7. Usually, if we're looking at least 4 or 5, I think, on this one. But again, we'll have to wait and see a little further down the line. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.